We're ready with the news review. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
Charlie, so what they go on?
Chef Aban.
I am the cook on this show.
Yes.
On Morning Star.
Yes.
The only
Verified.
Yes.
Certified and verified.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
but you just don't cook anyhow. First of all, you cook good content, you cook insightful interviews, but you don't cook the media like the way Chef Smith has cooked
cooked the media.
and you have a good rapport with your sponsors.
Yes.
That's all.
So, you don't do laboro, so a boro will not come
No.
Hey, but okay. So, Charlie.
Okay, first context. What is this whole matter with Chef Smith?
Okay.
And the Guinness World Records.
All right.
Let's set that properly down. Then we can go into the throws and the goes and the bars.
Well, Francis, so yesterday there was media invitations circulated inviting reporters to a press conference. And the one to address the press conference was your Millennium Chef, the celebrity Chef Smith. If you remember, Chef Smith was a gentleman who decided to embark on a cookathon after that of Fela.
Yeah.
And it happened at Spinters. And he cooked for many days.
Yeah.
In fact, he was called the neglected cook because the attention that Hilda and Efua Santua got for their attempt, he didn't get. Now, I remember we hosting him on GA Today after that feat. And he said he has submitted his works to the Guinness World Record for evaluation. Now, so yesterday the invitation came. The media houses turned up. And the message from Chef Smith was that he had indeed overthrown Hilda Bassi.
No,
the
Irish guy.
The Irish guy. Right, good. He has indeed overthrown the Irish guy. And that he is now the Guinness World Record holder for cookathon.
That's right.
Longest cooking marathon. Okay, so the stories were carried. According to what he claimed.
Officially amazing.
Officially. And pictures were equally circulated of him holding a certain plug, right? Recognizing the unprecedented feat that he had chalked. Netizens started digging in. And
before netizens started digging in,
yeah.
What was this business about Nana Boro?
Okay, so this is what we gather. We understand that when Chef Smith started his cookathon, he got sponsorship from Ahmadiyya Supermarket. And Ahmadiyya Supermarket, we understand that the owners are related to Nana Boro. So we understand that there's a certain breach of contract. So that was why yesterday police and military, for the military I don't even understand why they were also part of that operation, but we understand it's as a result of that misunderstanding that the chef in question has been arrested and is currently at the lab police station.
Yes. And so we also told that the hotel at which the cookathon was done equally belongs to a sister of Nana Boro. And so, interestingly, the press conference to announce the victory was done at a different facility. These are all part of the reasons why the contention is that there's a breach of contract and there's a debt of 300,000 Ghana cedis to be paid.
To who?
To Nana Boro and his interest. That's a sister and what have you.
But is it on the presumption that if the award was won, the award would by itself lend credence for him to find the means to pay the money back?
I think at the point there was some misunderstanding because somebody felt winning the record will come with some financial gains, right? And so instead of sponsors saying that we are giving you our facility for free, I think there was some understanding that some payment will be made.
If cash out is made.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Like they'll be associated with the win and all the goodwill that will come with it.
Well, it comes with a certain mileage. They needed to tap into it. But if you say you've changed management or you're working with another group, what it means is that their investment has been wasted.
Exactly. So these are the nuances that got Chef Smith arrested. And of course, as of this morning.
But was it just that or the fact that what had been published was fake news?
No, it got nothing. The arrest
we
got
are not
nothing
there
to
yet.
do with.
We are not there yet.
The fraud was between the partners and the celebrity chef.
Okay.
But then Of course. And then the earlier conversation we had about the media invitation and the stories that were told.
Yeah.
So people dug and realized that there was something fishy about this whole episode. And trust me, Ghanaians, you could tell, were yearning for good news. So the men started trolling the women, right?
The men, the women said the men can go to the kitchen too.
Yes, that's
then,
one.
Then the men also said that what the woman could not do, the man has done.
The man has done.
Okay.
Yes, and so on and so forth, right? And so it piqued the interest of many people.
Okay.
They dug and dug and dug, and we realized that none of the postings relative to the award reflected on the social media handles of Guinness World Record.
Okay. But context, and this is equally important for everyone to follow this.
Yeah.
When the young boy won,
the 1-year-old,
what was the procedure? Did Guinness World Record post first, or the mother of the boy made it public before Guinness World Record made it official?
So the mother applied.
Okay.
In the boy's case, there was no live contest.
Yes.
He has been able to draw at that age. The mother applied, submitted the works. Guinness World Record went through and certified that indeed the boy is the youngest artist ever.
Okay.
That communication was sent back to the mother. It was equally posted on the social media handles of Guinness World Record. And then the mother invited the media and granted interview.
Yeah.
And then showed the plug. And
The plug, okay.
Yes, the plug, and then spoke to the process that they had to go through.
Okay.
That's what happened.
Okay. Hilda Basi's own too. What was it?
Okay, so Hilda, of course, the Guinness World Record, after certifying whatever feats he had chalked, made the announcement. And you could tell, we were started to announce that Hilda Basi, who cooked for blah, 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 and then they announced. And then subsequently, she went to them, and they took pictures and whatever, because you could tell that Hilda Basi's own, there was a bit of an exception because they also wanted to bask in the social media frenzy around her cooking and what have you. Yeah, so they met, took pictures and what have you. And again, the plug was given to her, she took pictures with it, and it was shared. Okay. So there were records on the social media handles of Guinness World Record indicating the victory, so to speak.
Okay.
And that has been the convention. But this time, the reason why, in fact, as we speak, Guinness World Record has not spoken about Chef Smith.
No.
But you could tell that there was a meticulous effort to clone some verification, so to speak, from the Guinness World Record. So I've seen a picture of Chef Smith and then the handle of Guinness World Record indicating recognition and validation. But it's been poorly done, to be honest with you. You can tell that somebody has attempted faking it.
Yeah, it didn't come with a date and all those things.
That's the point. That's the point. And that's why you don't have to wait for Guinness World Record for you to know that we've been deceived. Even though that will be the final confirmation of the deception.
Okay.
See, there's everything off.
If you compare the plaque, how they go about with their wording.
Yeah.
Minutes, usually they use abbreviations. They don't spell things in full. So if you are observant and you compare his plaque to the others, you realize that this one, it's either he is unique, for which reason they've given him a special one,
a unique
or
one.
his is fake. And and the latter, it appears to be the case.
Seems to be the case.
Yeah. I go in touch with the team, his team, and I made just one request. Make public the email we received from Guinness World Record, and I did that yesterday. People who were with him at the police station, I made that request, and they equally relayed that request to him. As we speak, that has not been done, because that will put everything to rest. The official correspondence between Guinness World Record and Chef Smith. That's it. That's what all that the public will require. It's not been put out there. But trust me, there are others who are still very adamant, and they believe that this was authentic. And they are on social media defending.
Okay.
Yes, no two ways about that. No. So let's wait. Applications have equally been made to the Guinness World Record to respond, either confirm or deny these things in circulation. So let's wait and see.
I'm sure a certain Dr. UN somewhere will know that now he has a competition.
Yeah.
If it turns out to be the case,
that's
all been hoodwinked.
Yeah. But I think here's the thing. Yes, we can, and we should be critical of the media. We should be critical of them. We should ask questions about verification and what have you. But many people told the story from the lens
contemporaneous reporting.
That's I mean,
sometimes you put
yes. So they told the story from the lens of Seth Smith, right? I have won, not Fred Smith. Seth Smith. I have won, and this is my story.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll hear from the other side, but for now, let's tell your story.
But I'm sure all of us in the media are scratching our heads because of how we captioned our artwork.
Everybody got it.
How we captioned the artwork. We were very emphatic that he has overthrown the Irishman. And I think that so in going forward,
I think the caption should have been Chef Smith says.
Yes.
Yes. It absolves you of all the blame.
I agree.
I agree. But it's a learning curve. I mean.
Anyway, so Charlie, based on that, can we go to the headlines?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Let me begin with the Daily Graphic and what the headlines say this morning. Daily Graphic banner headline this morning is achieving the SDGs, extend debt relief to Africa. President Akufo-Addo tells development partners. Also, ambulances were not fit for purpose because Japa is saying so. GBT rolls out digital media structure, and Stanchart posts 1.3 billion cedis profit before tax. Irregularities decline in latest Auditor General's report. Those are the headlines on the front page of the Daily Graphic newspaper.
Okay, so let me give you the I'm supposed to give you the Ghanaian Times, right? So let me give you the Ghanaian Times. I'm there. Okay, so the Ghanaian Times this morning. Okay, no, so let me give you the Informer. The Informer, Francis Poku raises red flag. Election 2024, IMF warns Ghana against reckless expenditure. You know we won't listen, right? Claim to celebrate Homo War campaign. Zoom Lion partners Gamanche others to raid Accra. That started yesterday. Yes, and we told that it's from one enclave to the other. So when it's your turn, close down your shops and join in the cleanup exercise. Yes, so the other headlines here. Grabbing of judges' bungalows. Attorney General Lands Commission sued, and Ramadan rice case. Court throws out Issa Seidu over ownership of Lele rice. Yes, that is it for the Informer this morning.
All right, let me bring you the front page stories in the Daily Guide and SDGs action. Nana pushes for more youth investments. Also, 2.37 million ambulance not fit for purpose, according to JAPA, and government launches 1.5 million hydro fund. EC reopens voter transfer, and NDC MPs boycott vetting of deputy trades minister.
The Custodian newspaper, government to tackle flooding, housing challenge. That's according to the sector minister, Kojo Ponkroma. Fiscal monetary policies yielding positive results. That's gone to the finance minister. Local government minister calls for support to solve urban mobility and accessibility challenges. That's Martin J. Mensah-Kosa. Gamanche ministers lead homework cleanup exercise. And Akufo-Addo sets 4-point agenda for SDGs. Those are the headlines for the Custodian newspaper.
The Chronicle this morning. Local government ministry introduces safety measures at 6 intersections in Accra. NPP executives at Sabronum threaten Aluta over pollution of Creek 7 community by illegal miners. Kojo Ponkroma launches hydro fund to mitigate flood risk. That's a good move there. At least it will give the hydrological agency some financial muscle to be able to tackle the Accra drains.
So this is going hand in hand with the guide project?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good. And quotation for this morning. Oh, no, okay, the other headline here. Remembering the callous murder of judges and an army officer Jerry Rawlings died with hands dripping of blood, a piece by Ebu Kwanzaa. I'm quoting for this morning, Psalm 1371, by the rivers of the Babylon. There we sat down and wept when we remembered Zion. And so that's where the reggae song came from. And the rivers of Babylon.
Is it a reggae song?
No, there's another one. There's another reggae song, Babylon. Oh, when you hear Babylon and Zion, my brother, is reggae.
You're referring to a specific song. Now you've gone to a free.
Oh no! The point I'm making is culture.
Oh, but I get
of course,
I mean,
use
of course, yeah.
Babylon, Riverside, and what have you. But okay, so what they were going where? Francis. So by the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down and wept. Well, remember
That's
that.
some what?
Psalm 1371.
Okay.
1371. So by the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down and wept when we remembered Zion. So Zion is supposed to be like the paradise.
Yeah.
Okay.
A good place.
So
A good place. Yeah.
the Jews were in captivity,
Okay.
and at a point they stopped to cry and remember.
Okay. Okay. The good days. The
Yes.
good old days. Yeah.
The days they took for granted.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. Nice one. Nice one. So
All right, the new crusading guide. President Akufo-Addo's 4-point agenda to accelerate SDGs implementation. Story on page 10 of the newspaper. 2.37 million financial loss trial. First 10 ambulances were only meant to be packed, according to Jakpa. And keeping Accra clean, Gamanche Mayor leads onslaught against filth and road safety improvement measures introduced, according to the Roads Minister. And Ministry of Health workers demand shake-up as they claim saboteurs have surrounded the minister. EC to reopen application for vote transfer in universities, prisons, and media. And government allocates 1.5 million to tackle flood and drainage, and poor drainage. I mean, these are the stories in the new crusading guard.
The Daily Dispatch, Baumia had settled on Opoku Prempeh as running mate before 2023 NPP presidential primaries. That's according to an aide. Countdown to elections maintains strict neutrality. Defense Minister to Ghana's military. As running mate, Opoku Prempeh brings more advantages to the NPP's ticket. Che Mensa Bonsu is saying so. That's for the Daily Dispatch newspaper.
the Inquisitor this morning, IGP Konkonsate probe extrajudicial killings pop up as hirelings attack committee chairman and Mensa Bonsu OK's DMB NAPO combination. COSA calls for collaboration to solve urban mobility and accessibility challenges. Ghana Link wins huge at Ghana Shepherds Awards. That's the Inquisitor this morning.
The Republic Press, Jakpa, Big C under fire. Also, Ghana gets $360 million IMF money. And also, Ghana Plastic Manufacturers Association announces nationwide protest over 5% excise tax. And NDC suspends Central Regional Central Regional Chairman over withdrawal of Asin Central Parliamentary candidate.
So the guy has been he's been reinstated.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I don't know what they are doing then, because
Is there a region?
Gabriela was on air explaining in detail the reason, the rationale behind it.
Yeah.
And
Only
then now
for-
it turns out that
Yeah, I think their mistake was not consulting with the national executives.
think-
But
Well, that decision must not even come from the regional.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you
Ah.
see, the timing is
Yes.
actually very wrong.
Yeah,
6 months, and
Yeah.
under 6 months
Yeah.
of the major
Yeah.
election.
yeah,
Whatever be the case, I think it could have been handled better.
yeah.
You know, because if there was an elaborate explanation as to why the decision was made to remove him, or suspend his candidature until they are done with their investigations, it should have been done properly.
But what I still don't get, and is the reason I support the suspension, is that they lied in the earlier letter. They
Yeah.
claim they consulted National. So if National is saying that you don't have the locals to take this decision on your own, then it means that somebody.
It
Told a lie.
appears there is some form of friction within the executives of that constituency.
Yeah.
There's some power play at stake.
yeah.
And from what I heard, I didn't read the story in detail, but the excerpt I got was that the candidate in question was having an affair with
The treasurer's wife
the
or
treasurer's
secretary's wife.
secretary's
Secretary's wife. Yeah.
And apparently, this not a new allegation. It
It's
came
an
up in-
immoral act and anti-party
Anti-party
conduct.
So what is okay? Immoral acts. Yes, we can look at that.
Okay.
But is that the
Anti-party?
anti-party because it's a treasurer
well,
or secretary?
Oh,
well, it
comrades,
could-
comrades can't, hunt comrades.
They can't share.
I didn't-
Comrades can
cannot
share
be
something, but they can't
causing-
share everything.
Why?
You can't be causing
You can't
other
share-
families this.
you can't be sharing everything.
Because
Politics.
the point is, I'm told this came up when he was picking up his phones
Oh, okay.
in 2020,
Oh,
and
okay.
even this
Yeah,
it has come
wow.
up again. So
Oh, okay. So
It's
it's a
not-
past sense.
Is it an old
I
allegation
don't
or
know
it's
whether they are
a
still
sustained
doing-
allegation?
Maybe it's an
I
old
don't
allegation
know- I
that
don't know if
surfaces
I don't know if
anytime.
it's-
Anytime,
I don't know
yeah.
if they are still there. You understood? So the discussion we're having, one of the people was saying that in terms of timing, it's wrong because this guy seems to have made inroads
Yeah.
in the constituency. In the
Yeah.
last election, he polled 11,000 votes.
Yeah.
And nobody has been able to do that so far.
Yeah.
Central.
Yes, knowing that it's a seat for Kennedy Japan.
Oh, yeah.
Do you understand? So the expectation was that he was going to build on that
11K.
and see how it will go. And then under 6 months, the elections, it looks like it's power play.
Yeah,
But
especially when the Kennedy Japan is not contested.
yes.
So
Ah.
you see,
He's not
Ken
contesting.
Yeah.
is not contesting.
Absolutely.
So the last thing you want to do is to
Yeah.
handle
Rock
a
your votes,
candidate
yeah.
who can potentially
Yeah.
increase your chances of,
Yeah.
Winning
winning
the seat.
that seat. Yeah.
Anyway, okay.
Okay, last two stories in the Republic Press before I leave. If I hand over to you, John
You are
Mahama.
leaving where?
Before I hand over to Francis,
Wait.
the chef.
Yeah, the chef for the Morning Star.
For Morning
Chef-
Star.
You remember
Chef
Francis
Francis.
call himself Superman?
Yeah.
Small boys are young.
You're Superman, yeah.
Lie.
The Superman.
The Superman.
Professor just said, "Odidi Biaba."
John Mahama cannot achieve much in 4
All
years.
shall pass.
NPP
I
General
know.
Secretary is making this claim.
It's time
And
is-
school feeding program, caterers cry foul
The
over mega
Superman.
grants and tax deductions.
The Superman. I want to use the Superwoman.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Now you have one, or you don't have yet?
Superwoman.
Superwoman, that's
Yes.
good. Superwoman. Then they use the what's the name? Is it who Beyonce sang that one?
Which song?
Superwoman.
No,
Oh,
that's
that Alicia Keys.
Alicia Keys.
Use that as a team song.
My what?
Your team song.
My what?
Theme song.
Okay, thank you. I agree. God bless you. I hate that with the business.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
paper do you have left? To copy?
Oh, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Daily Analyst,
Yeah.
Accra Times,
The
Supreme,
New Crusading
Have you read
Guide.
Chronicle?
New Publisher.
If I
Yes,
read
it's been
Chronicle.
done already.
Yeah.
Have you done Daily Graphic?
Yes.
New Crusading Guy has been
Done
done.
Crusading Guide?
Yeah.
Republic?
Yes.
I just did Republic.
Punch Africa?
Okay, go
No,
on.
no, no, no.
Go
You
on,
can
go
do
on.
Punch
When
Africa.
they
do
come?
Punch Africa.
Oh, they've been there.
Hey,
The Punch.
Ibra.
It's
it
an
the
annex
Punch
of
Africa. Not
yes.
Punch.
After Baby Ansa died,
Expansion.
some
Baby
of his
Ansaba.
Baby
Baby
Ansaba.
Ansaba. Yeah, but Baby Ansa and Baby Ansaba. It's just I truncated it as Baby
No, you know,
Ansa.
I'm not even, I wasn't even correcting him. No,
Yeah.
because it's a name that. I
Yeah,
think
rings a
it's-
bell,
it
yeah.
rings a bell,
Yeah,
like Baby
yeah,
Ansaba.
yeah.
Yeah, of course, it's an interesting name. Yeah, so some of his workers decided to at least
Revamp it.
add the Africa.
Africa.
Yeah,
True stance. Okay.
yeah.
All right, so they must have been to Commonwealth or
Mm.
because truth stands is
Yeah,
it's not
it's
yours.
for us. Yeah.
So Punch Africa front page, NPP running mates Baumia dialogues with majority caucus in Parliament over Napu. Oh, Baumia una manu. Hey, RTI Act faced challenges in 2023. That's according to the Information Minister. And Ibrahim, you did that story
Yeah,
where she says that 1 million.
yeah, for 2023.
Okay.
And they've been able to recover more than 2 million Ghana cedis
Okay.
because institutions decided not to honor the RTI request.
I don't know
They are
why.
willing to pay money.
They are willing to pay money instead of giving.
And that money is our money. The state money. They use the state money to pay.
It's a will.
For
Other stories here. Atamil's son joins Mohammed's son for 24-hour showdown walk in Tamale. Oh, how is he? It's been a while. We see him from time to
Kofi
time.
Atamos. He's there.
Government to cancel BEC in free SHS bill. And government signs $12 billion agreement in petroleum hub project. That's it for the Punch Africa newspaper. Since people have done plenty, have you done Daily Analyst?
No. Go ahead,
Okay,
please.
the Daily Analysts, front page. Clocksack declares strike.
Sorry?
Clocksack declares strike.
Okay.
Nationwide strike, sorry. Over new salary structure. They said, I mean, there was a memorandum of understanding in 2021.
Yeah.
Was it 2021? No, sorry, 2022.
Yeah.
Whichever be the case, there was a memorandum of understanding that this new salary structure will come into force on January 1, 2023. And we are in 2024. No show. They served notice on the 21st of June that they were going to go on strike.
No reaction.
Nothing has happened, since then. Yeah, in fact, the MOU was signed in 2021 because it's 1.5 years after, and nothing has really taken shape. So they say that they are laying down their tools until
1.5
government
will be 2022.
Yes,
Yeah.
so 1.5 years. So
Yeah.
initially I was confused. No.
23.
2022. Hey, can you imagine?
It's 23.
Yeah.
What time in, what was it signed? Which month?
January.
It was January, then it was 2023. You said
No.
1.5.
No,
1.5, yes.
it's not 1.5 yet.
How many
If
years?
it's 2023 January,
Yeah.
no, the agreement was to have it take effect in January 2023, but the
And then-
agreement was reached in 2022.
Yes, we get it.
Okay.
But since 2023 to this year January, that will have been 1 year.
Yes.
So it's now 1 year 6 months since the agreement was
Yeah,
supposed
it's okay, it's fine.
to come into effect. It's
Well,
been 1.5 years.
People are confusing me. It's fine. It's okay. No wala. Elder Dr. Peter Tobin and wife donate house to COP. Hey, who's a COP? Church of Pentecost. Wow. People, you are doing well. Oh. Church, wow. Mahama will end mediocrity. NDC youth activist. And Bevlolate questions disclosure of Jakwa's confidential military report. And ex Gracia should be scrapped. That's according to Bagbin.
With immediate effect or later?
Oh, said it can't take immediate effect. Understand?
Okay.
But I agree with him. This whole thing that we need to get people into office. This is Masa. It's not as though people are running away from the office. People are coming there to come and alleviate their poverty, better the lot of their family. So please remove it.
But you see, in one, I agree with you. But in one
It's
breath,
okay, it's
the MPs say there's nothing like ex gratia. It is their own money that was delayed, and they pay them
So
later.
it's
So-
like a
But there's ex-gratia too. It's
No.
not, it's not
So
for
here's the
Parliament
thing.
alone.
Here's the thing. For ministers, deputy ministers, president, and the vice president, it is lump sum payment. So that's it.
Yeah.
But for members of parliament, because their salary is not determined until after their tenure, once the calculation is done, the top up
The difference.
is paid.
Back
You get it? A back pay. But of course, it doesn't just come with just the top up. There is some lump sum as well. But in their case, because they take vehicle loans, those deductions are made and then that's it. Yeah. So their own is different from the executive. That's the conversation. That if that's the case, then let's scrap it for all. Because we are even shortchanged as members of parliament or as
So
the
that's his
legislature.
argument?
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
argument.
okay.
Yeah.
So he's making a case that if you are going to pay, let's be
Even across board.
even-handed
Yeah.
rather than the
Yeah.
selective approach.
Yeah.
I see. Still, scrap is great.
Oh yeah, but I think it's become a political promise. Former President Mahama has said he will scrap it. So yeah, for that one,
We don't have money. We don't.
goes
we
without
can't
saying.
be using money to be paying people that are not even working for us. Some of them will insult us crying in the long run. Do you understand? We don't have money. I don't know why we live beyond our means as a country. It's very sad. I'm done with the 2 papers so far. You guys
I'm not sure we live
Is
beyond
that-
our means. We don't.
We don't live. We don't.
No, we don't.
As a
because
country?
they find money. If it's beyond our means, they won't find money to pay these things, right? It is that the things that matter will be the things that we might not be able to
No, I'm
find money
saying
to
we
do.
live
So
beyond our means in the sense that, for instance, you are a head of a state institution.
Yeah.
You are running at a loss. Yet
bonuses
you are
for
paying
board
your
and
bonuses
things
and
are
stuff
being
like that.
increased.
Yeah,
And
but-
then you are running into debt. Some of them having to go out there to borrow.
No, I get the point you are making, but they are not looking at that. They are looking at the fact: can we find money to pay for those extra things? Yes, if they can find the money, then that is it. That to them, that is within their means. Because as a nation, you always borrow to fund your budget.
Oh, but an individual.
Yeah, always.
But the point is, if an individual lives beyond his or her means,
that's a
the
problem.
person can still borrow. It doesn't mean that you are not living beyond your means. So I think that is the point now he's making. Once you have to go out of your way to get resources that are not readily available to you, to spend on things that don't really matter, it means you are not thinking.
That you are not able to generate funds for.
Anyway.
Accra Times, who is good?
Hey.
Yeah, give us Accra Times.
Give us Accra Times.
The Accra Times. Quality of democracy is determined by Parliament. It's because there is showing us levels. Gregory, a focused family worried. Charlie, this case. How? Baumia's VP choice. The seasoned. Can't see what. Francis, you're the one see, bro.
I can also see well. I've seen the headline. I've seen it like you, but I can't see well.
How do you pronounce it? Season.
I suspect it's solid that a T has entered there.
Maybe there's a way to Google.
No, it is stolid.
Stolid.
Yes.
What does it mean?
Oh, it's more or less like
Calm, independent.
yeah,
Stolid.
stolid.
And showing little
I've seen
emotion
somebody's
or
article.
animation.
Yeah.
Stolid and serious Dr. Upoku Prempe.
Baumia's
Baumia's VP choice.
Professor Ganko.
It is Ganku.
The seasoned stolid. It is Ganku rep that thing.
Yeah.
Is that seasoned stolid and serious? Hey,
Why a man cannot write an article anymore?
pardon? The job is hard. The job is the job.
Because I think I saw one also about Baumia. I think he wrote a very solid article about Baumia.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah.
Going.
Yeah. No. Sorry. It's good. See, myself, if you come, I can write one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Fantastic. Baumia's VP choice. The seasoned, stolid, and serious Dr. Opoku Prempe by Professor Eche Sikanko. Vice President and current presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Mahamudu. Mahamudu Baumia couldn't have named a better choice for running mate than Honorable Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe. Biographically, God, politically, and geographically. Continue on page 3. Go and buy the paper.
So is it biologically too? Biologically.
So go about it, but it's part of the story.
Biographically, politically, geographically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Continue on page 3.
But they could have added biologically because he's a doctor too. So they could have added biologically.
Okay.
So this one, no.
Or anatomically. That's the word.
At this point, please make sure you get a copy.
Or dentally. Yes. Or is it that we should add?
Anyway, I will not mind this. Thou shalt not lead me to temptation.
Ghana will smile again.
Once
Yes.
again. Free braces for everybody.
You need one?
Pardon? Yes, I do. I do need braces.
You see that is the Dadabi starter
I need
pack.
braces.
Yeah.
I know that people actually.
Yeah. They don't need it, but they go for it.
They just go and get it.
Yeah, it's for the aesthetics.
Yeah.
For the aesthetics.
Is that Dadabi starter pack?
It's a blinks. No, they both Charlie. No, but you see, the point I mean, they waited for too long because it started with the hip hoppers.
Yeah.
Charlie, way back.
That's real.
Yeah.
This one is different. I mean, when I was young, I wore braces, but it didn't have all those plenty stats. At that time, it wasn't
For
as
fashion.
common as it's
Fancy
now.
as it is now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I remember I was in class 4 at the time.
Yeah.
And when I got to school, all my classmates were like, "Why have I put a pin in my mouth?"
Yeah.
My teachers were asking me, "What's the pin doing in your mouth?"
Okay.
And I said, and I have to explain what my dentist told me, my orthodontist told me.
That might have been very traumatic.
It wasn't traumatic. I just found it. I mean, as I grew up, and I realized that people were very ignorant,
Yeah.
or it was just new to a lot of people.
Yeah.
You understand?
You went to a good school. We could have been nicknamed Kelalomi.
You said what? I went to that.
Yeah, that's the point.
There was a time, class 6. There was a new student that joined us in class, and so the guy was asking, so who are the like shabres in the class?
Yeah.
And then one guy said, oh, that guy, and he was a girl that you're innocent.
Yeah. or get on with that hero. Yeah.
But now it's very, very common. So
Charlie, so your hardness started not today.
Yeah.
Charlie, you were too mental.
That dear camera.
Let the newspaper headlines.
No fault.
Is it Pukrama when I join? You are not numbering this. The number of this.
Calendar woman.
Yes, sir.
This metallic calendar.
Anyway, I'm done. Hey, Accra is Mariana.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Am I done?
Yeah, you
Supreme
are.
2 is there.
Enjoy.
Yeah,
Nah, enjoy. We miss you. Killer.
Okay, the Supreme newspaper.
Yes.
That's right.
Alpha Gadrafa.
Yeah.
Hey, my Manchester, Gamanche.
Nice one.
Right.
Ministers.
Yeah.
I just have to read it in the Gan accent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gamanche.
Yeah.
Ministers join forces to clean Accra.
Nice one.
Vim Yazo.
Yeah.
Manche. Yano.
Manchaguna.
With the fugo of fleet.
Other stories here. NDC ready to offer IT assistance to EC.
They say they are going to UNDP. They've all agreed at that part that EC should go to UNDP for assistance. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But has EC admitted that they are challenged?
No, I'm sure they have. Otherwise, we don't
Someone
go to
academy.
UNDP. Yeah.
All right. So IMF $360 million third tranche hits BOG account. Woo woo. Hey Charlie, there's another story here. Story now I find now Serap channel. Chef Smith is the new world cookathon record holder.
This from a newspaper. Why printed like 3 p.m. or something? If you printed like 3 p.m. or something.
Charlie, I beg you. So how far with the alpha? Right now, what will be the action?
Oh, and you see, just to sum this up because we had
I've already
dealt with it.
before I came.
Okay, so Guinness World Record is here to speak, but it looks like even the speaking we are waiting for, as in they announcing his victory and the award, his people have managed to design something closer to that. But of course, you could tell that it was an Apple attempt at cloning such
but honestly,
messages.
My point is, to what end?
Yeah.
There is no monetary value to this.
Yeah.
So if indeed there's a
Yeah.
case that it is not true, but they still went ahead to organize this elaborate press
Yeah.
conference
Yeah.
and announce themselves as the new record holders, I mean that's some level of crazy.
Yeah. That's
some
that's
level of
you
crazy.
and Doctor, you went to a different level.
It's like words fail me because you see, and many of the media houses fell victim.
Oh, yeah.
Because you see, the thing is,
You tell a story before you. I get it.
But I think you are thinking that it wouldn't even cross your
Why
mind
would
that
somebody
someone
go-
will try
will
and
cook
fake
this
something
up?
like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
So when the person says it, I mean, ideally we should be checking with Guinness and stuff like that to be sure that that's what it is. But I think we all just took it for granted that, I mean, who would
Once
do
making
that?
that announcement, yeah.
I mean, this is it's like, hey, Charlie,
I should tell you the kind of things people can lie about.
Ew,
That should-
gosh.
that-
Supreme newspaper. You people too, you didn't hear the information. Okay, I'm done with Supreme.
They could have said stop press, but the paper was already gone.
Oh, so I see my Gamanches on publisher too. Let me continue.
Yeah. Sure.
The publisher newspaper.
Yeah.
Hey.
I've done it, but do it again. No?
It's okay. Then.
No, this is a new publisher.
This is a new publisher. Okay.
There's a publisher.
There's the Ghanaian publisher and then there's a new publisher.
Minister tackles urban mobility challenges. It has a picture of Martin J. Mensah Kosa.
Kosa, yeah.
Accra cleans up ahead of Homowo. It has a picture of Gamanche.
I think this picture should be the one used for all the papers. Looks really
Ni
nice.
Teko. Ni
So-
Taki Teko True, the second. That's right.
Okay.
Imanche.
But what? Was it not one who has a Taria in his name? Or this one?
That is the senior one. That's the one that is statue is in front of the
Akintaki Taria.
former Barclays Bank.
Yeah.
Macaulay. You see
Yeah.
the one that's sitting on that
Yeah.
chair. That one.
So
That's the original.
Ogborojibo.
Yes.
Okay.
Oborojile wa adenche.
Yeah.
Mialole. Okay, you.
Kentucky Taria.
Obomode. How me 5? That's right.
You're not going to school.
Anti-LGBT.
Oh, yeah, I'll bet you the fight.
I mean, I was getting ready to collect. Anti-LGBTQI plus bill challenge. Supreme Court hears case today. Say it-
We beg.
telecast.
Have you guys seen a love letter from the Chief Justice to the President? The Chief
Recommendation
Justice has
appointment.
tapped 5 people
Charlie,
to
but
be
you see,
elevated. So
the
now we'll get
timing-
20. Now we'll have 15, right? 20 for
for-
Supreme Court
No,
justices.
the timing is some way. I think the letter is dated. Is it May?
Yeah.
It must have been in May.
Mhm.
But the thing is, the
and
appointment.
these are additional,
Yes.
not replacement.
No.
The appointment, no. The appointment per the Constitution is done in consultation with the Judicial Council,
Yeah.
as well as the
National
No.
Council of State.
Council of States,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The Chief Justice is the chairperson
Yeah.
of
Of the
the Judicial
Judicial
Council.
Council.
So, is it the recommendation of the Chief Justice or the Judicial Council?
It would have been on the letterhead of the Judicial Council if it was the
It's the office of
recommendation.
the Chief Justice.
Yes, if it was the. No, listen.
Because
So,
I've seen Professor Azar write lengthily
You-
about
yeah.
it, about how alien it is and
yeah.
is contrary to
Yeah.
our laws.
Me, my issue, see, the legalities can be explored. I really don't care. But I'm very concerned
The court.
that Chief Justice wants us to get to 20 justices of the Supreme Court in this time that we find ourselves in. Given the largesse of all the justices of the Supreme Court, I'm concerned that my Chief Justice thinks that this is the right thing to do and that he's the one drawing the president's attention
Can you imagine?
to this.
And you see, all sorts of meanings will be drawn into this.
Yeah.
For instance, the one sitting on the Ato Forcing case. for
Yeah.
instance, her name has been penned.
Yeah.
I've seen commentary being written that
Yeah.
if, for instance, such a recommendation is being made,
Yeah.
and she also feels that there's a possibility of her getting there, so
Yeah.
perhaps she would choose a softer approach.
Yeah.
I mean, once these things make their way into the public domain,
Yeah.
various conclusions will be
Will be
drawn.
drawn, yeah.
Do you understand? So you should not make room for such a thing.
Hey.
You do not make room for such a thing.
US has 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
And yet
9.
a small
US.
country like Ghana
Chief Justice wants us to get to 20.
has 15.
And one is on hold. Appoint him. He's doing something else. When he finishes, he will come and take it.
No.
Can you
But
imagine that something guy?
So the thing. So wait, are these people that she promised that if I become CJ, I'll make
Yeah.
it to
That's a good question.
Is
That's a
that
good
the
question.
case? Is it is it also that there is a fear that if there should be a change in government,
Yes,
these
people will
people
never
may
be
never get the
elevated,
chance
yeah.
to get to the Supreme Court because there are many stories
Yeah.
of other judges who are ripe for the Supreme Court.
And nobody
Yet
cares.
they've been sidestepped
Yeah.
so many occasions. So what could really be informing this letter from the Chief Justice?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
could really be informing the letter from?
Anyway, the bar, right? The bar. We have 2 bars, right? We have the bar, which is Ghana bar. And we have a bar that can be lowered and can be raised, right? Yeah.
And there's a
Keep
beer
low.
bar.
And then there's a beer bar.
We keep lowering the bar.
And there's a chop bar.
So today the LG, which is Sky's case, so that one live telecast. So
I'm sure Mutala assisted the Chief Justice in writing that love letter to President Akufo-Addo.
I'm not sure.
That
Don't put Mutala in that box, please. Please leave him be.
please,
Why?
I'm done. There's junior graphic too, but I will not read that.
Oh, but that story is important, please.
So what?
The
Junior
junior
graphic.
graphic.
Oh, Judicial Service sets up 20 child-friendly courts. Okay, that's lovely.
Very important.
That's thoughtful to protect their rights. Which is okay. I didn't even see the headline, but that's a very good thing for them to do. Speaking of the judicial service, they have sued. They have sued the.
You did satellite. You didn't do satellite.
The Judicial Council has sued the Attorney General, the Lands Commission, and then Frems Oil over lands belonging to the judiciary. That these were lands that used to have the houses of former judges. I think one of them is even Justice Yawapil.
Okay.
And the land has been given
to a private developer.
Frems, I think, for private development. And you're saying that it is contrary to
the terms given for the land given.
Yes. And the thing is that it belongs to them. It belongs to the judicial service. And so because I don't understand why we keep selling state property. If one judge leaves, why do you sell off the land? Why don't you keep it for another judge to come and occupy?
That's how it's supposed to be.
Look, there are so many homes belonging to the judicial service around Laboni that have been taking over. Within a space of 3 months, 6 months, when you bypass, how do I even describe it? You know what Osu Children's Home is, right?
Yes.
Okay, so on your right hand side,
heading towards,
if you're heading towards maybe
Aquinas.
Aquinas or maybe a Big Shop, you're going that way. So on your right hand side, there were many houses belonging to the judicial service. A good number of those houses have been brought down. Townhouses have been built within the shortest period of time.
It is what it is.
So it's as if previous governments did not have sense.
They didn't have foresight.
They didn't have foresight or did not have sense that state property should remain state property. Why? Like, what is it? I am waiting patiently for Okujeto Ablakwa. He says he's going to move for a bill to stop people from buying state properties. I think it should be something that we all must support.
It's a
because
crusade.
This is wrong.
It's a crusade. We must.
I want to say that. Look, we should have pulled the brakes when Jake Obichebi-Lamte was allowed to purchase that property.
We allow interest.
That is when we should have pulled the brakes. But here we are. And look, the irony is that we are recommending elevation of more judges. And we are selling properties that is supposed to house them.
Where would they be sleeping? But you see, I'm excited about this suit because this is home match. This one is home match. The property belongs to the judiciary. And then this case has been sent to court. To be presided over by a judge. The Attorney General will go there and explain why they still feels the judges do not deserve a place to sleep, but rather a private developer should be given as the same way we demolish judges' houses and then dug a pit.
And look at right now.
Dug a pit. The pit is there. Now it's become an international embarrassment. Recently I saw a gentleman abroad post a facility that had been built with just about $50 million as against our 58 million that is just a pit. And they are laughing at us.
And already we are doing same to the prison service.
Yes.
We are doing same
even
to
the children's home you mentioned. I'm told this on its way. Anyway, but that's one thing I think, and I've kept telling you this. I think the indigents must rise up. Seriously. Because if it is to be returned, you have the right first right of refusal. But then they will it's gone. They will say that it's been rezoned, redemarcated, reclassified. Anyway, the Ghanaian Times is the final paper I have. Accra begins major cleanup exercise. Regional Minister Gamanche, Accra Mayor lead effort to clean city of filth. Diligently scrutinize financial agreement, loans before approval, Asante tax parliament, and a maiden quarterly economic roundtable. Stop announcing new taxes to increase revenue. Rather improve efficiency in tax collection. Dr. Sowa is saying, let's prioritize human capital development towards attainment of SDGs. President appeals to African leaders. And back page of the Ghanaian Times, nothing else there.
All right, let me give you the final newspaper here. Have you put down the Finder?
The new Finder.
The new Finder, no.
Have you done it?
No.
Hey, papers are plenty too. Why? Today is Wednesday, midweek. Some people do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay, that's why. The Ghanaian Observer, front page, Akufo-Addo highlights critical challenges at 2024 SDG Action Summit. Minister launches Hydro Fund. And Gamanche, ministers, Accra Mayor. Accra Mayor. But in Ghana we say Mayor. Accra Mayor lead charge to restore Accra's cleanliness. Local government minister calls for stakeholder collaboration. That's in relation to urban mobility and accessibility challenges. And EC agrees to NUC's proposal to set up voter transfer centers on campuses. That's it for the Ghanaian Observer newspaper.
The Daily Searchlights. NDC backed cement price control LI. Pricing of cement regulation 2024 lead in Parliament. African Women in Law is set to host a monumental high-level meeting. Stop sale of SNIT hotels. That's according to Forum. And Pentecost pastor shot and robbed at Papasi.
Hey.
That's Pastor Samuel Kobler now. Story here. Okay.
All right, the Insight newspaper, looting of state lands hits Supreme Court as Judicial Service sues AG, 2 others, over sale of judge's bungalow. Also, Galamsey, mining engineer, says Akufo-Addo's approach to tackling menace wrong. Scrapping Council of State for second chamber, good idea, political scientist back Alan. And also Nungwas 2 signs MOU with prestigious group to manage its landed properties. And Colombian social movements reject U.S.-Colombia military exercise in the Pacific Ocean.
All right, Daily Post newspaper. I remember the last time we were talking about the papers and their choice of pictures to use. Daily Post.
Yeah. They have been consistent with this one.
I think they are the only media house with that picture.
Yeah.
Hey. Small boy. Just say.
I was that's from.
The person has better pictures. Even the one they wore there.
So you mean this picture is bad?
Oh, gang. This is John and me.
Hey.
There's a song. I want that moshidi. Ketale John. You know that? You don't know it. Sorry.
I can't know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey, Mutala, come. You know, I just got to know you had the Ghana name yesterday. Come and come and tell it. I knew. I saw your voters ID. I didn't know. Tell them
Mutala. At least
what is that you trying to say?
Ibrahim, you don't have original Kotokoli name.
No.
Mutala, he still has his identity in that. No, that's why we don't know where you're coming from.
Don't worry.
No, my name is Mutala Inusa.
No.
So Mutala K Inusa.
Hey,
No, they gave it
meaning.
what's the?
Pakpo.
So I've heard that question many times, especially when you.
Just mention your name.
I knew who is alleged. Who says that?
What's our name is there?
We don't need this long preamble. Just answer.
Okay, so my name is Mutala Kwenote.
Kwenote.
Inusa.
So you see, do you
Kweba
understand? That's,
also is found in front.
but
Anyway.
you see, that's the thing about the guns and the Ashantis and stuff that would tuba. You hear their original names in there.
Yeah.
But Ibrahim and squad no. As them born them plus this one. Hey, senior man, relax. You get identity before they born you inside the Islam inside. You Kotokoli man, you don't get Kotokoli they want. You forget one name. You understand? So that you still have your lineages, in addition to your Islam.
Why are you going to borrowing?
Yeah, the thing is that, and of course, and we talked about this in the newsroom.
Yes.
So Muslims pick names from the Quran, right? And of course, if you have an original name, you are allowed to use it,
Yes.
right? So you hear Husseini, you hear Al Hassan, which is for twins, right?
Yes.
You hear Hasana, you hear Husseina, right? You hear Aisha, which is the wife of a prophet, the last wife of Prophet Muhammad. So they pick it. If you want, you can add any local name. So the people from the northern part of the country, aside the known Islamic names or Muslim names, you will hear some other names in their dialect. That's normal. That's.
And I'm saying that you should strive
No.
for that for the Kotokoli people. I need
Don't
to-
worry.
so
Don't worry.
if- so
As I'm
can
here,
you give me a
my
Kotokoli
father's name is Al Hassan, right?
Ibra.
So I'm Ibrahim Al Hassan.
Yes.
Do you know my children
They will take your Ibrahim.
will take my Ibrahim? So
Yes.
my father's
No,
name is
it's
gone.
gone.
Right.
Lineage.
When they also give birth,
Your
my name
Ibrahim
is
will
gone.
go.
And
Yes.
it's normal. It's, yeah.
Senior man, I'm asking you, give me a Kotokoli name. Not you. Like, mention a Kotokoli name for me.
Oh, some Kotokolis are even called Atakra.
Okay.
Chagafo. Many, yes,
Give me a few.
I have given you 2.
I need 2 more. I need 2 more.
Atakura Maniampong.
Nadia, you
Ah,
are doing it too fast.
So it could be that if there's an Atakra who is an Ashanti, it originates from,
Yeah.
or it's other vice versa. Which one?
it could be vice versa.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, but you know Ashantis are Wangares. And was
Come and do that.
Many Ashantis are Wangares.
So right now your name is. You said,
Yeah, so that's why I didn't give them more. You wanted to just pick one and then add to my name.
you mentioned that it's not
You need to slaughter a ram. No, slaughter a ram. You can't rename somebody the father has slaughtered a ram to name just by word of mouth. Slaughter a ram.
I'll give you.
Man, I'm not teaching you.
You can't put a spin on that tuna that they did for you.
Anyway.
Ibrahim Atakra. I'll give you Atakra because you are from you grew up in the Ashanti region. But I have to find an OT name.
bigger fight. Let's fight for the last.
By this time.
Okay.
We'll start with your land. You have no Kumara, you will be homeless. You will go back to TV.
Before
You are very
there,
lucky that I don't have it. I would have released them on you. And you say, oh, now they did. What?
Anyway, Starr.com to GHR, the headline there. Anti-LGBTQ plus bill case. Supreme Court hears with the Sky Dr. Amanda Odoi anti-gay lawsuit today.
Amanda Odoi.
Odoi. Okay.
Hey, Odoi.
No problem.
Hey,
NDC suspends
Edible
Central
Trivio.
Regional Chairman.
Odoi. Obi say money.
For me, it's a confidence for me.
Meta expands monetization features for content creators in Ghana. And Napo will add little to Baumia ticket if grievances are not resolved. I see you this up on the saying so. Okay. All right. I guess that should do it for our news review this morning.
I didn't even read my daily post.
Oh, fine.
Of 2024 election and vigilantism, is Akufo-Addo planning another? Oh, please, I will not read the story. I shouldn't have read it. Military personnel are trained to shoot. Are trained to shoot and kill. They must not be involved in election security. Absolutely, that's according to the Chief Sensi Minister. And you lose our votes if you stick with arrogant Napo as running mate. Pro MPP group cautions Baumia. All right, that's it. There's a lot more on the back page. Get a
Okay.
copy.
All right. That should do it for our news review this morning. Quick break. We'll be back with more.
All righty.